Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to remove labels from items like this. Now why would you want to do that? Well, because I want to reuse them. I like to put my own labels on and write on the bottles. The one on the left is a washing up liquid bottle and I want to refill it with washing up liquid. And the one on the right, I'll probably put things like kimchi and chutney in there. Now, the jam jars and bottles and things you buy online are exactly the same size as this, so you're just wasting money. So I'm going to have to show you how to do this quickly and cheaply. So let's get started. So as you can see here, we've got another little jar here. The reason I'll show you this one is because these are very, very handy little size jars, and it's the standard size for things like mustard, pickles, other things like that, 190 grams. And these are the jars you would actually buy. So this is the reason why you should probably save them. Now, the first method we're going to use is simply boiling water, but effectively it's steam. So just boil the kettle up, and pour that in there. Now, of course, with glass you could heat it even more, but just going to pop those in there like so, and we're going to put a lid on top, and just leave that for a little while. Just make sure it's full of water. Now, the trouble is all these labels are different. All the bottles are different, all the labels are different, the glues are different, so you have to experiment a little bit. But one thing I can tell you is that if I were to do that on this label will not come off of this, and if I try and heat it even more, it will melt the plastic bottle. So this one's a bit trickier. As far as the glass jars go, you could also put it into a steamer, because it's essentially the steam that's going to be removing the label. It's softening the glue, and then it will just literally slide off. Alternatively, you could just pop it in the dishwasher, which sometimes also removes it really easily. So what are we going to do about this washing up liquid bottle? Well, you need to essentially dissolve the glue with this in this situation. So we've got a few different options. Usually it's some sort of form of alcohol or alcohol derivative. So we've got surgical spirit. The reason I'm choosing these items is because they're cheap and readily available. So we've got surgical spirit, which is a couple of pounds in every single pharmacy. Methylated spirits, which obviously you can get from a DIY store. And isopropyl alcohol. This is not so readily available, so I would veer clear of that if you can, but that definitely does work really, really well. So the first thing we're going to have to do is to actually peel off most of that label, and we can actually do that by softening it with warm water. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put the bottle inside a saucepan with hot water. So this is not boiling water, this is just hot water, because we want to soften the glue on the bottle. So it's going to be whatever's hot that comes out of your tap, sort of around 60 Celsius or something like that. We want to get that outer label off, so we need to soften it, and then we can actually access the glue, because we can't use any of those alcohols to remove the glue until we've actually got the paper layer off. So you can see it's already starting to come off a bit easier. We just need to peel that off. Obviously it'd be easier with a knife. Let's try that. You see it just comes off dead easy. So all we've got left is the glue residue on there. Always cut away from yourself. Now, I've looked at a lot of different ways of doing this, and to be honest, some of these just do require some mechanical work. There's no product you can buy that will just instantly make these labels fall off. that side done. I'll do this side and then we'll come back to you. So I've got myself a rag. You could use microfiber cloth, anything like that. And I'm just going to start off with the Surgical Spirit. Just keep rubbing it on there. It's not doing as good a job as I'd hoped. Let's try the isopropyl alcohol. You probably can't see it, but I can see the sheen of the glue, and that is working like a dream. Yeah, that's taking it all off. Okay, let's try the Surgical Spirit again. Could just be the strength of the alcohol. I must admit, I've not tried it on this type of glue before. It is doing it, but it's just a bit slower than the isopropyl alcohol. So, okay, and then let's finally try the methylated spirits, because we want something that's readily available. Yeah, again, it is doing it. It's just not quite as fast as the isopropyl alcohol. So yeah, if you're in a bind, I would say Surgical Spirit or methylated spirits. Otherwise, it needs to be isopropyl alcohol. Okay, so that's one side done. Now what I thought we could try as a little experiment is, a lot of people claim you can do it with oil. I'm not entirely sure how the oil is doing it, but it definitely seems to have worked for some people. And what can I say? They either do it with oil or 50-50 oil and bicarbonate of soda. So let's take a look at that. I think it's just a carrier. I think it's just it's more the rubbing action of the. Doesn't seem to have done a lot, to be honest. I think in my case, it's not really working that quick, but it is working. Okay, let's try it. Let's try adding some bicarb to that. So obviously the bicarb's giving it a bit of like a minor abrasive. I think that's all it is. It's just an abrasive in a carrier, the carrier oil, and that's what's potentially getting the glue off. But we shall see. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's done it. Yep, I think that is working. It's just a bit more elbow grease, no pun intended. There we go. One final product I nearly forgot to mention was hand sanitizer, something you're likely to have around the house, 75% alcohol, so let's just give that a quick go. I don't think it's doing an awful lot. And it feels less sticky, definitely feels less sticky. Yeah, again, it is coming off, but it's taking its time. So I think the simple fact is the isopropyl alcohol is just a stronger alcohol and or derivative of, and it just works out much quicker. But you could use this. So I've had to come down the shed for this now because I'm going to spray some WD-40 on there, which I didn't want to do in the house. I've already sprayed it on, just left it for a few minutes to let it soak in. So now we're just going to try and rub it off. Of course, WD-40 is something you're likely to have lying around your house. That's why I chose to use it, and allegedly it works. Now, the reason we're using a rag like this or a microfiber cloth is because, you know, the whole point is to have a nice clean bottle at the end of it. I mean, you could easily get some steel wire wool and just scrape the hell out of it and get the sticker off that way, which would certainly work with a bit of soap and water, but of course you're going to scratch the bottle up, which is maybe what you don't want to do. So that's why we're trying to use these other things. There is actually label remover, HG do one, and I'm sure it's super strong, really good stuff, but again, you know, it's a specialist item. You may want to just remove one label, and you don't want to buy a whole new bottle for that. So that's why I'm testing out all these other things. Anyway, let's see how well this has worked. So I can still see a bit of the residue. Let's give that a wipe. Yeah, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Doing something. Yeah, nothing's working as well as the isopropyl alcohol, but it is all working. And so I think it's more, you probably almost could do it with water. It's just more having something that's going to give you some sort of lubrication. With a bit of elbow grease that does come off. So there we go. It does actually work. One thing I haven't tried yet is vinegar. You're probably expecting I would have tried that. I did try it and it didn't really have any effect at all. It was more the steam and the heat off of the vinegar that was able to get labels off in the past. So don't think it does anything in this case, but it might do with some stickers. As I say, they're all really different with different glues depending on plastic, paper, so on. Just final point on these glass jars. You have to play around with it. Again, the water wasn't quite hot enough, and it's obviously needed this extra bit of heat. So I've actually put it on a rolling boil, and now the label's coming off easily. Before it wasn't, even with the boiling water. So it should just slide off. Yeah, it's still not there yet. So we need to keep heating those for a little while, and then the label will come off. So there we go, guys. We've now got these glass jars and washing up liquid bottle. I've just filled it up again, so we can carry on using these for many years to come. I hope this was useful to you. I hope it's going to save you some money. Be doing more videos like this on, you know, reusing, recycling, sustainability, fixing things. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Please hit that like button if you like the video, share with your friends and family, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.